Megan.
Hello.
So she's going to show how to tack up.
So, yeah, first we got the saddle pad.
So what is this?
This is the saddle pad. It goes before the saddle, just so it doesn't leave marks on him.
Oh, what's that?
This is for his withers, so because he has a lot of wither,
Yeah.
as you can see,
Mm-hmm.
this just protects it, so it goes here on it, so when the saddle rests, it doesn't hurt him.
Yep.
And it doesn't make a saddle sore.
Because those are not very fun for your horse or for the rider. Isn't that right, Frankie?
Frank,
He's like, I'm tired, I want to do this.
Frank is my horse. I've been leasing him for 2 years.
Yep. Now, how do you know if the saddle pad's on the right way?
So this saddle, it has a little hole. So I put it. That's how I know I put it on top of his withers.
Right there?
Yeah. This just sits on top, like right here. But some saddle pads I can show you.
Now, my trainer uses a different saddle pad.
So like a saddle pad like this, for example, that doesn't have it. It normally has this on it, so that's how you can tell. But most of our saddle pads here aren't a good example.
Like, yeah, this one has the hole.
These ones, like the straight ones, it shows you that this is the front piece.
Yeah, so like, we don't really use these kinds because they're not our favorites.
No. Next is the saddle.
Now explain exactly the parts of the saddle.
So this is the horn. It's meant for Western riders, so like roping.
So this is an English saddle, if I can
Way
grab
lighter.
it. Yeah, like super butt. Like I just lifted that with my
You can
hand.
see the difference. Let me just compare it.
So
This has a horn. This doesn't.
You can get English saddles with horns, but they're so ugly.
And English saddles are a lot lighter because these are made out of leather, and these are made out of wood.
Yeah, it's like, wanna record me real quick?
Yeah.
Like, that's my other arm's right here. That's not even heavy.
Yeah. And then when it comes to the Western saddle,
You don't really want to hold it with one arm.
which my saddle that I bought is way different from this saddle because this one's a bit bigger and has more wood on it than that
Now,
one does.
what is this?
This is the cinch, which I'll show you what it's used for in a moment.
By the way, I'm just asking questions, but I do know everything about it.
Yeah, she's not.
Yeah, I'm not. I know things about horses. Isn't that right, Frank?
So
Now again, how do you know if the saddle's on right?
well, English saddles are a bit different.
Yeah.
The horn, I want to be facing the head. This piece that lifts on the butt.
No, you don't want
Facing.
this piece over on
Yeah.
that side.
And you can also tell because this cinch piece goes here, and it doesn't go here.
So that is to flinch your horse. That is not good. And these straps, Megan, want to explain what happens if these straps are under your saddle?
It lifts your saddle up, and it makes it way uncomfortable for your horses when you start to ride.
Yeah, so you have to pull them
always
out.
good to pull them out. But here I take down the cinch. As you see, it goes
Now,
here.
over here, over your stirrup, what is this? What's
This
that
is
for?
a hobble strap, so I'm not going to take it off because it's a bit complicated, but I can lift it. So this is so the stirrup doesn't go up and down and side to side and twists when you're riding.
And you don't get dragged.
Yeah, so that's the big part of hobble straps. So if you have hobble straps on, so if you don't have hobble straps, let's say he bolts, I fall off, but my leg is stuck in here because my hobble straps are moving everywhere. My stirrups are moving everywhere. That's a more likely chance I'm going to get dragged and killed. With these hobble straps, it's less likely that you're going to get dragged.
And then, so stirrups are actually able to go up over there. And then you can see this. Now this part's the stirrup, so your foot will go through there right now.
Which you'll see when I ride. And I have to, so one big thing when you're riding, you always lift your saddle pad and saddle
He's so mad right
so
now.
it's off their withers.
Now, Meg, how can I tell that he's mad? What's the main thing?
One, he'll pin his ears back like that.
And he's got the angry eyes.
Yeah.
And he's got his angry mouth.
And his lip will twitch. As you can see, he just jerked his head away. So that's how you know. He doesn't like
Now,
when
why
I
are
do
you
that.
using a stool?
I'm too short.
And then this is for a breast collar.
So
or
we'll
breast
show
plate.
you one saddle that has it.
So my trainer has one.
this saddle has it. So this goes around their neck, which I'll show you. So these fancy pieces, I'll show you where they go. They go. So that you can get hooks that hook onto here. Those fancy pieces go here, around to the other side. And it's the same on the other side.
Like right under here
then there's
as well.
another piece that goes under here and attaches to your cinch right here.
Yeah, so every cinch, I'm pretty sure, should have that.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing right now?
I'm taking off the latigo. So this holds the cinch, and the cinch is useful for, so if I were to put my foot in right now, which I'm not going to do because Frank's
Very
cranky
mad.
already.
Cranky Frankie.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the lights on because it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Just so you guys can see clearer. There we are.
So if I were to put my foot in the stirrup without this done up and that done up,
If he went bronc mode, then
even if you
There
were
we go,
to step in
Megan.
this, even if you were to step in the saddle, it would slip off.
Ooh.
So this is what this is for. This connects to the other side.
Now I gotta be careful because he doesn't like his cinch being done up. So,
They bit me before.
yeah.
So it goes, so this latigo, the tip of it goes through here. And then you just do it again 3 more times. And yeah,
And also, like, where do you want your cinch to be lined up?
right behind their front legs. And I'll do this 3 more times. Then I'll show you guys when I'm done. Come on, sir. He's like, oh. My wet socks.
Beautiful. I got the door.
So scared. See, I told you you're fine.
There's no trailers here to pick you up. Okay, so what are you wearing on your head?
A helmet, so if I fall off, I'm not gonna die.
Yeah.
Or I don't get a concussion at least. Like this lowers your chances of getting a concussion. And I'm still a learner at riding, so
Yeah, me and Megan are still learning how to ride. She's more experienced than me because I just started a little while ago, and she started how long ago?
2 years ago, but I fell off. So it's been like a year and a half, but only like 4 months of loping.
Yeah. So she is just now getting into loping, and want to explain what loping is once I get the gate done. Okay, so what else did you do when we weren't recording?
I'll just have to tie him up real quick. I'm not gonna show that because it's a bit complicated.
I'm recording it anyways.
Yeah.
So now what kind of knot is this?
I don't know.
So that's a quick release knot.
I've just learned to tie. So I just pulled the latigo to the second hole,
We didn't record that because he doesn't like that, so we
and he
didn't.
would probably bite us, which we were being cautioned. And then this just goes through the breastplate
So it's supposed to go over here, but she prefers putting it over here.
till I get it to the third hole, because it doesn't really reach.
Or like you could do how Joanna does it, but you don't have. But yours
No.
is a little different.
Yeah.
And then what's this fancy?
This is my bridle. You'll see me put it on in just a moment. So
Now what's this part?
this is the bit. So this goes in between. This goes in their mouth, which I'll show you once I get his halter off.
I'm gonna hold it. So Megan rides in split reins.
Yeah, they're actually easier in my opinion, and I'll show you how to hold them.
So everyone holds their reins like differently. I hold my split reins different than how Megan
I
holds
forgot
them.
you ride in split reins.
Yeah, I ride sometimes in split reins. They're not my favorite.
I like split reins.
They're okay. It's just I struggle, so I'm still learning with them.
You're tied, Frank.
So she's tossing that over.
Eh.
Pink nose.
So, boop, this piece goes over. I grab it here, and the bit goes in his mouth, which you'll see. There you go. He did that nice and easy today.
Yeah, so now there's a spot where it doesn't have any teeth. See right there? And that's where the bit sits.
Kind of disgusting, but whatever. Oh, I need you to turn your head, sir.
And this is a nose bandless one.
Yeah.
Don't know if that's how you say it, but.
No, unless.
And then you don't tighten that too much. Why, Megan?
Because this is where they swallow at. So if they were to swallow, you would technically be choking them if it's too tight. So this is way too tight. He cannot swallow. I always keep it at the second or first hole. I prefer the first.
But it's just a bridle.
Dude, please, no.
And you're always going to want to be careful with your reins. You're never going to want them on the ground because I've seen horses rear and flip over.
Ooh.
Did I tell you that story?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was riding Tony, this guy left his reins and she reared and flipped over.
Then there's me, stands on my saddle. It's because Frank's bomb-proof. Kind of. Not really.
You're a good man, aren't you, Frankie?
He's a good man.
So you always want to be careful because if a horse breaks its leg, you can't. You can't
have
ride.
to put it on. Yeah. So some people, I'm just gonna. Should I show how people hold the reins when I'm on him?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so she's going to walk him around. And why do we walk him around?
So we always safety check. Some horses don't, but Frank does. So when he yawns, that means he's stressed, which he's okay. He's letting go of his stress. This gets loose, which it's loose right now, because you just slide your thumb, and if you can get it in, it means it's loose, which I can.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to bring it to the third hole, which it normally sits at.
So usually horses, when you're doing their cinch up, they'll breathe out, and
yeah, they'll get a lot of air, and they'll be a giant balloon.
Yeah, they'll be kind of bloated.
Yeah, and then they'll get rid of the air to make the cinch loose, and that's not good because then your saddle will slip off.
That's why you always double check.
That's why it's called the safety check before you go.
I'll show you the pattern that I had to do.
Okay.
Because this is literally the pattern I did yesterday.
Okay. I know most patterns, and I'll show them some ranch riding when I take my phone out of my pocket.
Joanna kind of just made up a pattern for me, but it's not that hard. It's just a walk and a jog pattern.
Okay. That was a good warm up for him. To start off by walking around over the pole.
Is he good with stopping and turning in that part?
He's not the best at pivoting. That's what we're working on.
Okay, because that's a good spot to work on, because that's what I was working on yesterday a little.
Now we're going to safety check. You want to come to this side of me so you can see.
And why are you walking on that side?
You could walk on the other side, but it's most likely you walk on this side because horses see better out of their left eye than they do their right.
Yeah. And then you also...
Their left eye, so I found this out. The left eye is meant to go more back and forth, and the eye is meant to go side to side. It's really cool how it works.
Yeah, horses are beautiful animals and they're really interesting, but if you don't know how to ride, you don't know how to react around them, then you shouldn't be around them.
Please don't be around them. As you can see, I'm just pulling it up.
And this doesn't hurt him. He acts like it does, but it really doesn't.
He's being cranky. That's why his name's Cranky Frankie.
Bambi doesn't like it either.
So he's all ready.
And what is this block for?
Mounting block. So, because I'm too short, this actually hurts their back when you do this. When, if you're too short and you reach, that hurts him. As you can see, he's telling me he doesn't like that.
So, you're not supposed to mount that way. Multiple people do it, and it hurts your horse's back, so it's actually not good for
But
it.
unless you're tall enough, you can easily get your foot in.
Yeah, so it's not good.
I'll show you. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm 6'2" or something.
You're my height. Pretend that you're my height.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's a good height. I'm not gonna put my foot in this. Yeah, that would be a good height for me to
So
go.
unless you don't bite me. So unless you're this height, don't. And you can easily step your foot in.
Now there is your foot. You can easily see it.
And I swing.
Want me to take your phone?
It's okay. I want to show them some ranch riding. Real riding. So the saddle that I'm in is meant for Western sports. So if you search it up, barrel racing, pole bending.
Mhm.
My reins aren't. Hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Frank. No, I walk. Whoa.
Now if he does something bad, you don't let him get away with it, do you?
Nope. So I hold the reins like this, two separate.
And then I hold
Some
mine.
people hold them
Yeah,
together,
I hold mine together.
which
So
I find it's easier holding it separate. Then you have control on different reins
Mhm.
and not on both.
but that's how you tack up your horse. And
if you want to learn the quick position,
Yeah.
So you don't want to lean forwards. You don't want to lean back.
do you want your back really crouched and
You don't want to look like this. You don't.
yeah,
Want
you don't want to be
You want your back straight, shoulders nice and level, and your feet don't want to be like this.
no.
You want your heels down and toes pointing out.
Yeah.
Which is okay if they're like that and that, but as long as they're not like this.
Now Megan doesn't have spurs on. Sorry, Megan, I'm grabbing your foot. So spurs are not an abusive tool unless you use them for abuse.
And unless they're sharp,
Yeah.
which most big lick riders use.
Mhm. But that's how you tack up a horse. So we hope that you guys enjoyed. Bye.